Hi class, this is Professor Christine Messier and I wanted to welcome you to Business 150, Human Relations. This is the summer program. It's an 8-week course and I wanted to go over a few things with you, kind of a course overview as we get started with this summer class. Now the first thing to remind you is this is human relations. It's not a human resource management course, but we do cover a lot of things that happen in the workplace, leadership and management type questions, but it's more geared towards the relations that you have with other people and your own self-awareness of how you deal with stress, how you deal with change, what emotional intelligence is, how you are motivated and how it's best to motivate others in the workplace, and then conflict and stress management. So there's a lot of really interesting topics that we're going to cover, and I look forward to going through all of those with you. I wanted to give you kind of a breakdown of how the coursework is going to be weighted. You're going to have discussion posts, one for each chapter. We will be skipping chapter 13, but there will be 15 more chapters. So you're going to have discussion posts for every chapter, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about those in a minute. You also have quizzes for each chapter, and then one special quiz that's going to happen sooner than later, and that is a 5-point quiz, and it's all about what I'm going over in this PowerPoint presentation. So please watch it till the end because you'll have to take that quiz. The case studies, there are 5 of them. They are 1-page written, typed out case study. They come right from the textbook. There's nothing complicated about them, but it's a way to make sure that you are truly understanding the content, and those count for 30 points each. And what's great about those is that they finish as of week 5 is the 5th and final case study. So by that time, you'll have a pretty good idea of where you are with your grades for the course before you get into the final exam. Rather than have everything happen at the end, you don't really know where you stand as far as your grades. There will be one written report that is much longer, and I'll go into more detail in the next week about that. And then, of course, a final exam. We're also going to talk about the class schedule, and both the weighted course slide that I just showed you and this class schedule is available in the Start Here tab in the course. There's a downloadable PDF of both of these things. I highly recommend that you print it out. It's one document with both charts on it so that you have an idea of what's expected each week. Again, every week there are 2 chapters to read, 2 quizzes to take on the chapters, and 1 case study. Again, there are 5 case studies that end in week 5. Everything is due on a Monday, that following Monday by 10 p.m. with the exclusion of the discussion topics. Those are due throughout the week, and I'll go into more detail. In the 6th week, you will see that there are 3 chapters to read and 3 quizzes to take, but there are no case studies. So we're going to dedicate our time and our discussion post to those 3 chapters again, skipping chapter 13. And then we go into the last 2 chapters of the book, and then you start studying for your final exam and working on your final paper. Now the coursework itself, the discussion post, there will be 2 each week, 1 for each chapter. And the first discussion post needs to happen by Tuesday at 10 p.m. And that portion is your insights about the questions that I've posed. And then by Thursdays of each week at 10 p.m., you should have replied to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. And I have a little description on each discussion post of what I expect. It's very important that you don't just respond and say, hey, I agree with you, hey, I disagree. Let's pull some more content out. Let's pull some more understanding and share that with your classmates, because we're not in a classroom setting in which we garner information from each other in a very free-flowing, in-the-moment type situation. The online courses, we have to rely on the discussion posts to do that for us. The case studies, again, there are 5 of them. There's a sample template under the assignments tab that says case study template sample, so that you get a feel for exactly what I'm asking you to do. And again, those are due by the following Monday by 10 p.m. each week. There's quizzes, exams, and the paper that I mentioned. 1 quiz per chapter. It's a 20 multiple choice question quiz with 1 point allocated for each question. There's no time limit. They are due again by the following Monday by 10 p.m. There are no extensions permitted, and again, there's no Chapter 13. You have a final paper and a final exam, as I mentioned. So I want to welcome you to this class. I'm looking forward to seeing under the discussion post, seeing your first introduction discussion post where you share a bit about yourself, about your school goals, what you're planning to do with this degree, and currently what industry you're working in or where you want to move to as far as your career. A little bit about me. I do have a bachelor's in English. I have my MBA specializing in human resources. I'm certified to teach, and I'm a full-time writer. I do business nonfiction books. They can be anywhere from marketing to leadership to social media, any type of business topic that's nonfiction. I write it for my clients. I don't ghostwrite. I use their content, and I just apply my time and talent to making sure that it comes out to be a really good book for them. I also create online course curriculum for businesses that want to do training or sell courses online to their clients. In 2014, I have been doing a lot of hiking for the last few years, and in that year, a group of us decided to take a challenge, a once-in-a-lifetime challenge, and climb Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. It was a fantastic adventure, something I would likely not do again simply because it's an extremely challenging task, not only physically, but mentally. But it's something that I hold on to and remind myself of what you're capable of when things are rough. So it was a fantastic adventure, and if you're into hiking, that could be on your bucket list. My last thing that I do as far as my personal hobbies is that I love to volunteer at the Behavior Center here at the San Diego Humane Society. And we work with dogs and cats that are fearful or shy or have otherwise challenging behavioral issues so that we can help them overcome those and become adoptable again so they have a second chance at a nice home. So that's a little bit about me. I'm looking forward to hearing about you and your introductions. And if you have any questions, please email me through Blackboard. If you use the Blackboard email message tool, it'll come right to my inbox in my regular email, so it's a quicker version of getting a hold of me. So again, welcome to the class, and I look forward to meeting all of you very soon.